can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Hey everyone, this is Dennis from Pipsmatter.com. Welcome to this big day. You all know what the main event for today is and tomorrow. It's obviously the US presidential elections. Now it's very important to note before I begin into anything else that both national polls and state polls suggest a very close race with Hillary Clinton still just a little ahead. The rest of the things that we have for today is the NIESR GDP estimate for October in the UK, and that might affect the GBP a little bit. It's also important to note that historically these estimates have been accurate projections and will give further indications of how the UK economy performed at the beginning of Q4. We're going to be moving on into the presidential elections now, and I'm going to talk about specifics and give you as much as I can. Well, as much as I know so far for the US elections. Once I'm done with that, I will be moving on to the charts and give you some ideas of what could be happening today, technically speaking. So, bring your eyes with me here. Well, keep your eyes on the screen and keep your ears focused on my voice. I'm going to be giving you a lot of specific information. Okay, buckle up. Let's go. Today is obviously the most important day. Today is the only day that can make us money. And today is the only day that provides us opportunity. Today is all about the US elections. The US dollar has rallied after the FBI obviously on Sunday, when else, cleared Hillary Clinton in the additional investigations with respect to Clinton's use of personal emails. Now, obviously, people hear this and they just see the headline and they say, woohoo, but let me go into some other things. The emails that have been released on Sunday indicate that Chelsea Clinton, Hillary's daughter, has been used for her wedding, the money from the Clinton Foundation, and that there is clear indications of that. There is much more information there, but I'm not going to go into that. What I can tell you is just expect something big to happen, and I put capital B-I-G there, big to happen very soon, especially over the next 24 hours. Now, also over the next 24 hours, we will most likely see a lot of volatility, and given that the market has more or less priced out a Trump win, again, risks have become more asymmetrical. So if Trump wins, we expect euro dollar to rise sharply, gold to rise sharply, and this is all in a couple of hours, couple of days. We also estimate USD JPY to fall to or below possibly 100. Now there's going to be a lot of things, and in today's live trading chamber that will be happening pretty soon, in about an hour and 8 minutes from now, we're going to go over everything you need to know technically. Now, if Clinton wins, we would be looking for a slightly stronger dollar versus most of G10 currencies. We expect Euro USD to head to the 109 level in the coming days, and we expect USD to remain supported going into the FOMC meeting on 14th of December. Put that day in your calendars, 14th of December, where the Fed will likely rise its interest rates by 25 or even 50 basis points. We still expect a big recession to hit in the coming weeks or a few months, but we'll talk about that later on a little bit more. Okay, now here are a few things about the presidential elections and a bit of history. The presidential elections in 2012 were called for Obama to win, and that happened at around 5:15 a.m. GMT. Now, around the time of the results from Ohio and Iowa were called, that's when Obama was pretty much declared the winner. The closer the election results turn out to be in the important swing states, the longer it will take to call a clear result, and the longer we will have to wait. Now, it seems difficult for Donald Trump to win if he does not get Florida, Ohio, and North Carolina. If you see Trump winning these three states, it's going to be a crazy day, especially if he wins California. That's going to be wild. Now, some of the other swing states are called very late. So that's the idea that we will have to probably wait very, very late in the morning, or for other people early in the afternoon. For example, the Australians, they're going to be trading in prime hours for them. So in 2012, Virginia was called at 6:37 in the morning GMT, and Florida had to be recounted, and the final results was only called out about 4 days later. Well, actually, on the November 10th, so yeah, 4 days later. Now, the most extreme outcome would be a dead race in some or one of the important swing states, causing a recount, implying that we will have a result in the early hours of Wednesday. Now, with the 2000 election, this was the most extreme example. That's exactly what happened, and I don't expect something like this happening today. Hopefully, we will know who is the next president before 6 a.m. Central European time. But we cannot rule out a scenario where we may not know until later, maybe even a few days. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to go over a couple of other things. I'm going to go over a timeline. So in 2012, I'm going to go over what happened in 2012, starting from midnight Central European time. The first polls were set to close in Kentucky and Indiana. This happened at midnight Central European time. At 1, the first results thick from Vermont and Connecticut came out. 2, Romney, well, let's say 228, 230, Romney wins Georgia, Obama wins Pennsylvania at 350, blah, blah, blah. We're going over, and then the Democrats won Senate. So remember, this is really important. I told you, who gets Senate is more important than who gets the White House. So the Democrats won Senate, and at around 7:30 a.m. GMT, the Republicans won the White House. So you can see it's going to be a wild, wild night. It's going to be a wild day, and I bet you anything, lots of things are going to come out from the Trump side about Hillary Clinton, and lots of things are going to come out from Hillary's side for Trump. Very important to note is that you can clearly see emails coming from Hillary Clinton's side directly to CNN, telling them exactly which questions to ask Trump. So you can see what CNN is going to be in a little bit of trouble just because of that. Well, it's going to be a close race regardless of what happens. But I've got about an hour and 3 minutes to prepare, open some trades, and I really hope to see you in the next, in the upcoming live trading chamber. I really thank you for watching this. I'm going to go over into technicals right now, so bear with me a second. Listen to this beautiful song, and I'll be back in about 8 seconds.
Say ignore them till they fade away. Amazing they are great, but after all the game I gave away, safe to say I paved the way for you cats to get paid today. Still be wasting days away now had I never saved the day. Consider them my protege.
Okay, so here we are. We're here at the S&P 500, and basically at an area where I really don't think, an area that I don't think will be broken. Okay, look at it like this. I made that circle around, and I really don't think that this area where price closed will be broken. Maybe there will be a shadow, maybe a big ass shadow, but I don't see this area getting broken. This is a very powerful possible rounding top, and I will confirm this rounding top later on in the day. But I can tell you this: if it's a confirmation of a rounding top, we're looking for price to go all the way down to 2,000 in a very short amount of time. That's huge, 1.3k pips. This is massive, massive movement. So that's one. There's still no confirmation. It's almost confirmed because of this level here. That's the area right there, and then we're gonna go 50% below, which is right here, and then there. You've seen us correctly predict FTSE. We've put you down 3 levels here, and if you look at the pictures, you'll clearly see that price reached level 3, which was right about here somewhere. Or no, it was here. So this was level 3. We hit level 2. And level 3 was hit yesterday morning before price rebounded very sharply on the DAX, FTSE, and everything else. So I'm going to go over to gold. Oh, sorry. This is WTI. Like I said, and if you watch our website, you'll clearly see that we believe WTI will head down to the 39 level, somewhere there. 39 level, down here, down there. That's where we expect it to come. Moving on to USD CAD, this is going to be a very interesting scenario, because you can clearly see that we are at the third top. These are strong indications of the down movement. Of course, there could be very strong shadows upwards, so I could be stopped out in this position. But there are very strong indications that this pretty much rising wedge, if you want to call it, because right there it is. These are very strong reversal indications. And I've told you on Friday, US dollar would go higher. Then we would start selling it. But obviously Monday was a very bad to trade. Monday was a very bad day to trade. So what I see happening is a very weak dollar later on today and a possible Trump victory. You can see that happening here as well. You can see this symmetrical triangle, and I can just show you this. Here it is. There are indications that the price could head lower before basically something like this. Something will happen with Hillary Clinton ruling out Trump, blah, 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 and then price heading back out. That means AUD USD is moving on into a uptrend. USD JPY. This is a very interesting scenario here. USD JPY. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about all these trading pairs basically in the live trading chamber. So you'll see them there. But I'm just gonna go over to gold very quickly and give you another indication that we still expect gold to head much higher, and we expect it to head above the 2000 level by the end of next year. Okay, that's pretty much it. I really thank you all for watching this. Subscribe, like, share, open a free account with Pipsmatter, take on the free trial, and we'll give you everything you need to know to succeed in these markets. My name is Dennis, and I really thank you for watching this. Seize the day.